Welcome to MUTV News special election coverage. We'll have the election results as they come in from across the country.
And we caught up with students around campus to find out what they're doing to help their candidates. All this and more, MUTV News election special starts right now.
Live from Marquette, this is your campus news source, MUTV News.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Jordan Abadea.
And I'm Ryan Burke. In our top story tonight, millions of Americans turned out to vote today. Our own Gretchen Clark covered the voting that happened on campus today.
Students took to the polls today.
I did vote today.
The Alumni Memorial Union served as a polling place for the northwestern parts of campus. At times, the line was almost out the door, but the wait was only about 10 minutes. There were no perceived problems at the polls, though some were confused about the registration process. I found out from the students themselves why they voted today.
The health care reform is a large concern to me, and just basically the policies that were going to be decided depending on which party was going to kind of take over was a big deal, and especially with the presidency and all the issues at hand in America, this is a huge election.
I have the right to do so I might as well use it.
Sure, I voted because I think it's an important civic duty, and if you don't vote, I don't think you have the right to complain about things that politicians do. I guess you get a sweet sticker.
Or why they didn't vote.
I feel really guilty, but I don't know anything about the candidates, so I didn't.
For MUTV News, I'm Gretchen Clark.
Thanks, Gretchen. Over the last few months, there have been some political heavy hitters stopping by Wisconsin to rally the vote. Our own Ryan Burke has the story on what makes Wisconsin so special this election.
Thanks, Jordan. Now, admittedly, when most people think about the most politically influential states in America, Wisconsin may not be the first one that comes to mind. However, the political heavy hitters in Washington have said that they look to Wisconsin as one of the key states in this midterm election. I talked with Marquette's political science professor John McAdams to find out why those of us here in America's Dairyland are suddenly rising to political prominence. Why is Wisconsin viewed as a key state in this midterm election?
Well, what we happen to have are two highly competitive races that are getting national attention, the governor's race and the senator's race. Now, both of those positions have been held by Democrats for the last few years, and it appears at the moment like Republicans will take both of those. So what that is a fairly substantial shift. But since some people have that stereotype, well, gosh, Wisconsin's very liberal. You know, gosh, we had Robert La Follette, other being a century ago. It seems newsworthy when Republicans appear to be poised to win the two high-visibility statewide elections.
Obviously, we've been getting, because of that, a lot of attention from President Obama, Michelle Obama, Vice President Biden, and us being a state of just under 6 million people compared to something like a California or New York. Why do you think they've decided to focus their resources so much on Wisconsin?
Sometimes visits like this simply have the function of sort of maintaining the party or maintaining a political network. Even if you think a particular candidate is unlikely to win, you might go there just to create some goodwill among other members of your party. Keep them sort of on your side, keep them sort of happy. So sometimes visits really have to be explained that way.
Thanks to Dr. McAdams for his help with this report. Looks like Wisconsin will continue to raise to national prominence. Reporting from outside the Capitol in Madison, Ryan Burke, MUTV News.
We're going to take a closer look now at the state Senate race. Running for the Democrats, we have incumbent Russ Feingold. Feingold has been a U.S. Senator for 18 years. In previous years, races have been tight, but Feingold has always ended up on top.
And on the Republican side, we have Ron Johnson. Republican challenger is a wealthy Oshkosh business owner whose platform has stressed the importance of having an accountant in the Senate. This follows a new trend of the election cycle where career politicians versus the working man.
Coming up after the break, we'll see what the college Democrats have been doing around campus. We'll be right back.
And Marquette and UWM, the two places I visited today, are significant student populations with very motivated, bright kids who we need to vote. And if they do vote, even in a modest numbers, we'll win. So you bet. We're trying to get the students to help us out.